is going on this internet?
All right, so I see a lot of you sending me screenshots. Very dark one, it's possible. The grandparents can be used for the DNA test. Look at the question you are asking, chat. You said, can a grandmother be used for the DNA of a grandchild? Of course, the grandmother can be used. But is that the right question to ask? Where you say very dark man, hey, grandmother, this is the question. Let me show you. Might use that same chat GTP. For paternity fraud, if the assumed father of the boy child is dead, who can be used for the DNA test between the grandfather of the boy child or the grandmother of the boy child? For paternity, paternity means papa. Do you understand? Paternity means papa. I will rephrase again. For paternity fraud, if the assumed father is dead, which is Mohbad, if the assumed father of the boy child is dead, which is Mohbad, who can be used for the DNA test between the grandfather of the child or the grandmother of the child? Answer. In a case of paternity fraud, where the alleged father is deceased, which is Mohbad, a DNA test can still be conducted using close biological relatives of the deceased, such as the grandparents. Here is how it works. Best option between grandfather and grandmother. The paternal grandfather, that is the father's father, Mohbad Papa, is generally the better option for DNA testing over the grandmother. Here is why. Why STR DNA test for male child? If the boy child is male, a YSTR, Y chromosome test can be done between him and the paternal grandparent. The Y chromosome is passed unchanged from father to son. That means from Baba Mohbad to Mohbad. The Y chromosome is passed unchanged from Baba Mohbad to Mohbad. So if the deceased man was the biological father, the boy and the grandfather should have a matching chromosome. So it is not possible say that if you use woman to test that one to show say now he get the son. But let's continue. Now for the grandmother, empty DNA not useful in this case. The grandmother mitochondrial DNA, empty DNA, is not useful for proving paternity because empty DNA is passed from mother to child. That is the normal one, and not from father to child. So it cannot decide. But we'll continue. Other testing option if grandfather is unavailable. So you see, the grandfather is the main option. Other testing if the grandfather is not available, right? If the paternal grandfather is not available, alternative option